taking my horsey's clothes off so you can see her.
Okay. I thought it was a zebra for a moment. I'm like, oh, this will be neat.
So supposedly there is a scientific thing with the zebra stripes. Supposedly flies won't land on them.
Yes. Oh. Yeah, there's some sort of confusion distraction with the stripies.
So there we go. She's actually a black Frisian Morgan cross. This is Lara. Lara. This is Sharon and Laura.
Hey.
Hi, yeah.
All right.
And I have a cameraman here. This is my sister Ann. She's holding the phone.
Hello. Okay.
Okay.
Hi. The camera person, if they could back up a little bit so I could see the horse's head, that would be great. There we go.
Yep. Great.
Okay. So what can we do for you?
Well, I am interested in deepening a relationship with my horse. So what I think is that she doesn't view me as a person who can protect her from danger.
Okay.
We have a great relationship on the ground, I would say. I do a ton of groundwork with her and have used a lot of your ideas from your books and videos and so forth. And you know, I feel like we have really a pretty good foundation. But and we have a great relationship on the ground, but she's very anxious under saddle.
Okay.
And she sort of tends to be a more anxious horse anyway. That's kind of her thing. She's very alert. She's very smart, very, very smart and very sensitive. And
those lips, her lips are going. She's trying to tell me herself right there. She's heard me do the greeting breath from the phone because she answered with greeting nostrils. She did the three breath and then she turned away and she's like, I'm not sure how that phone is greeting me, but something's happening. Nice chat.
Somebody's virtually talking to me. Yeah, that's gotta be. But anyway, yeah, so she gets very anxious under saddle. Not just with me really, but with anyone who rides her.
Okay.
And it seems to be mostly related to places she doesn't want to go in the arena or wherever we're riding.
Okay.
Or if she's anxious, she'll want to go visit with other horses, or she'll want to go hang out close to somebody that she trusts if there's a human there.
Okay.
And you know, I have tried some of your techniques like the, you know, blowing the boogeyman away and so forth. And what happens if I do that typically is it just makes her more anxious. She seems to be saying, oh, you just, you know, verified all my horrible fears that there really is a boogeyman here and you just that he's there. So it doesn't calm her.
Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do it so that it works for her.
Okay.
Because she just asked you about, she's already asking about a boogeyman. So I want you to point and look where she's looking, but don't breathe. Just point right now and look and stay still. Now blow out once. Good. Now put everything down and point at the ground and breathe out long and low and nod your head. There. See what she did? That's it.
She dropped it down. Cool. Okay. So I think I was forgetting the letting down part.
Yes.
The second part.
Yes. Okay. The off switch.
Yeah. She was just looking at another horse going into our outdoor arena over there. Also, it's a windy day and the trees are kind of whipping around. Yeah. Which also caught her attention.
So if you can look at her right now, you notice how she's left it there and now she's blinking deeply. Because she got the message that she needed from you. So now she wants it again. So go ahead and do that again. And just wait. Now smack your lips a little bit like you got peanut butter on them. See the ear?
Yep.
And she came back to you?
Yep.
Good. So this is now a questioning answer for her, where she was able to come back to you when you smacked your lips, because when a horse is reaching into parasympathetic, their soft palate lets go, and they start to salivate. So when they're smacking their lips, they're having an experience of like, oh, I'm all better now, everything's okay. So look at her mouth. Can you see what it's doing?
Yeah, I'm quivering a little bit.
Yeah. So smack your lips again and stroke her neck 3 times.
Just right down the side here?
Yeah, just right down. 1, 2, 3. And then point at the ground again. Good. Now bend over and touch your toes for a second. That's nice. Perfect. And just kind of wait. Now what she said is, I see you, but is it safe to let go? So now she's deciding, this is a process. She's deciding, is it really safe? Yes, Mom's saying I can really, really let go. And look, she decided, okay, it's safe.
She took a big breath.
You see that?
Took it off and took a step toward.
Yeah, she took a step towards you and she shook it off. So now greet her. Greet right there. Touch your nostrils. Yeah, very nice. Good. Now what I want you to do is touch, and I'm going to tell you first, so don't do it until I complete. I want you to very quickly touch her cheek, her neck, and her shoulder, like 1, 2, 3, and you're going to say ready, set, go, and then you're going to go for a little walk. Take her walk in a circle, and then come back to the camera, okay? So touch her cheek, neck, shoulder, ready, set, go, and then take her for a walk. Okay. How did that walk feel to you?
Well, I mean, that was very relaxed.
Okay, perfect.
That's
Now-
right, she did. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I know, I didn't hear it because the wind is loud.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, it was a little quick, like a.
Oh, good. Good, good. So that's a release breath. So I want you to do a sighing breath. So like a big sigh, like you're just letting it all go. Good. And now point, bring your pointy finger up to her cheek and then point down at the ground again. Cheek, and now point down at the ground. And smack your lips and do a little bit of a yes and a no with your head and neck. Good, just like that. That's enough. Yeah. Now just kind of gaze at her face softly and blink with her. And can you see her taking that all in? And she's breathing deeper. See, she just took a bigger breath. That's good. So now you're going to go through a process of helping her get back in her body, because she's so sensitive. She kind of gets like out of body experience when she gets worried. So you're going to start with a peekaboo touch on the bridge of her nose. So when I say peekaboo, it's like when you play peekaboo with a child. Okay, and you're just going to put your fingertips on the bridge of her nose and go peekaboo, and then take them right off again. You're going to do that like 3 or 4 times in a row. Nice. And now you're going to put your hand on the bridge of her nose and you're going to rock the baby a little bit. So you're just going to create a light, very light rocking. Let your elbow be kind of relaxed. Elbow heavy, shoulder heavy. Yeah. That's it. Good. Good. Stay with it. Good. And now step away and point at the ground again.
So a car just left our property.
There, look what she did. She's learning something. Okay? So yeah, that's really good. And she's licking and chewing. And so what you did is you held her hand through an anxious moment, which is important because when you're on her, you're going to be affecting the bridge of her nose or her bit. So what you're doing is putting that proprioception in there.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, worried about was there was a car leaving our property and there's an automatic gate that opens and there's a beep, beep, beep.
Oh, yeah.
That was the fixation on
Yep.
over there.
And that was great because you held her hand through her fixation, because now she knows that you're going to pay attention to her boogeyman, but you're going to do it so that you tell her if it's safe or not. Because the pointing down, looking down, breathing down, that's the part that says, I see the boogeyman, but you're safe.
Okay.
So she's into that. And so you're going to do peekaboo on her nose. And when you feel it's right, you're going to rock the baby again.
Peekaboo.
That's nice. Yeah, very heavy. Now imagine that you have reins in your hand and how you would put that feel into, yeah, see it changed when you thought about reins. Did you notice that?
Yep.
Okay. So you're going to step away and point down at the ground again and do a little bit of a yes and no. And if she stays up high in an X, then you're going to blow away one more boogeyman. So point at her boogeyman, point at it, blow, and then step back and then point down again. It was interesting because even just thinking about reins changed something in your proprioception. And she's so sensitive that she felt the change. That was nice. That's good. See how she's balancing differently? And when they do a stomp like that in a situation like this, they're anchoring. That's very good. Now you're going to do cheek, neck, shoulder, and go for a walk again and then come back.
Okay.
So it's very quick. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Let's go. Good. Shake it off. That was very good. Look at the reason behind that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's
Lots of
very
schwung.
nice. Very nice. Good schwung in her back. There. Very nice. All right. So I'm going to have you put the rope around and clip her. Put the rope in one side of the halter and the clip on the other side. So it's like fake reins.
Okay.
Training on
This.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just sort of tie it in the other side of the lightly, because you don't want to make a big knot. You don't, if she was to pull away, we wouldn't want an accident. So just a light thing.
This is Sharon Wilsie. Yeah, so I'm doing some Zoom sessions with her. Sorry.
Oh.
Just tell another friend just stopped by to see what's going on.
Hi, Sharon.
Oh, nice.
So you guys have been to Majestic Pines a few times, right?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. We're about maybe 30 minutes south of them.
Okay.
Worked with one of our really good friends, Ann Windsor, and her horse Colton.
Yeah, Ann and Cole, we love them.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Now put
I
the
think we got our reins.
Okay, now put the clip in the side of the halter. Perfect.
Here?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So now you're going to hold on to the reins, and one hand is going to reach up on over her wither. So it's like you have reins, but you're on the ground. Exactly. And now you're going to do cheek, neck, shoulder, and ask her to go for a little walk with you. And you're going to use rein cues. Cheek, neck, shoulder. Ask her to go for a little walk. And as you're walking, you're thinking, rocking the baby. That's it. You can touch her girth. You can go tap, tap, tap on the girth. Say, come with me. Yep, good. She's like, what the heck? This is really weird, dude. And that's okay. It's not important how far you go or how much walking. It's important to build the trust. Yeah. Good. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Yes. And now rock the baby a little bit right there. Good. All right. And now take the the reins apart so it's just a lead rope again. I just wanted to do that once. I wanted to say something. Real frozen, yeah, as soon as it was my reins. Yeah. I knew that. Yep. Excellent. So the reason I had you do that is I wanted to see how she handled. Hi.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hello. That was pretty neat. Yes, your mother has a pet. So I wanted to see how she handled something new, something unusual. And what she did was she froze a little bit, which is not the worst thing. So now you're going to do a little bit of a go away face there, and you're going to ask her to do backup.
I'm going to ask her to what?
To do a backup. So go away face and then a little therapy backup.
Okay. Yeah, that's another thing we're not great at. She does not like to back.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Stop. Good. Okay. So now we're going to practice that, because what we're doing, what I'm building, the skills I'm helping you build with her is putting a different feel into her face and her neck and her shoulders. See how she dropped her head there? Okay. Because if she can develop a different feel, she won't be so bracy when you're riding her, because she's not knowing how to, she knows how to find you on the ground. See, like this, this is called, I'm hiding with my mom, but she doesn't know how to find you through the reins. And so we're building different skills. Does that make sense?
Yes, totally makes sense.
So now she's hugging you. So go ahead and hug her and give her a kiss. Yeah. Yeah, because you can feel the sweetness, right?
She's very sweet.
Yeah.
And she loves people.
Yeah. Now, if we look at her stance, she's a little splay-legged in the front, and she's cocked a hip in the back. So she's uncertain. She's having uncertainty in her front. And she's trying to relax her emotions in the back. So, because they feel their feelings, they express their feelings in the back. So then she shook it off. And then she touched your leg. So she wants you to change position. So change your legs and face forward. Yeah, good. Right there. Perfect. And now she's going to use that in a moment to rebalance herself. See, she touched her arm. She wants you to do rock the baby again. So go ahead and rock the baby on the bridge of her nose now. That's it. So what she's doing now is saying, I'm seeking you. I'm looking for help from you. This is good stuff. Now she says, blow away my boogeyman. So go ahead and blow away your boogeyman. Good. And now point down. And now do rock the baby. That's nice. Yeah, perfect. So all those sequences, and then she's like, do it again. Don't stop. Keep going. So now she's really enjoying it. Now combine rock the baby and back up. Keep your hand there and touch her backup button with your other hand. And just relax about it. Don't press, don't force it. Right there, perfect, stop. See the lean? Perfect. That's it, one step. And now she put you on the other side. So go ahead and do the other side as well. See how that foot's forward? So bring her head forward, rock the baby, and put that other foot backwards. Now touch the backup button. Breathe out when you do. Good, stop right there. Perfect. I know. Very nice. Okay, now come back. Now blow away her boogeyman again. Now you're really in it. Okay, she's like, okay, let's do this. Let's have this conversation. Because every time you back her up, she's getting more and more and more in her body. And you're getting her feelings to come to the surface because they feel and express their emotions through their hips and their tail. Now, the next time you go to back her up, I want you to flip your hand upside down on the lead rope. So your pinky finger is facing the clip. So so that you're creating a scoop, because that's a rounded sensation. That's right. Yep. And now make, yes, now make a little scooping sensation. That's better. Short, a little bit shorter lead rope. That's it. Perfect. Stop. Stop. Good. And when she backs up, we only need a step or a lean because it's therapy. And then she touched your hands. She wants to rock the baby. So go ahead and rock the baby some more. Good. And now you can try rocking the baby on her pole. You can try it on her neck. You can try it on her wither. But just rock your body and not really rocking her. Just more rocking your body. And make a little more of an O posture. So you're going to bend your knees. Breathe out. That's nice. That's good. So she's lifting and lowering her head. That's not resistance. That's her checking it out and feeling it from different angles. She's like, what would it be like this? What if my head is high? What if it's low? How does it feel? And now you're going to release and touch her cheek, neck, shoulder, and then come forward. Cheek, neck, shoulder, and now forward. That's very nice. Good. Okay. So these are all emotional releases, and they're things that you're starting to put into her halter, in her lead rope. And if you can do it, like bring her out in a bridle, whatever bridle you use, and do like you did with the two hands, and start putting the same feeling into when you're walking by her side. So you're saying that I'm going to rock the baby through the reins now. And I'm going to do cheek, neck, shoulder through a rein. So when I'm opening up this rein, I'm thinking, here's your cheek, here's your neck, here's your shoulder. Because what that says to the horse is it basically says ready, set, go. But it also says I'm higher in the pecking order than you, which is a good thing, because that means I can protect you. Now she's hiding behind you. This is good. Okay, so tell me what you're thinking so far.
I'm thinking that we're having much better luck with you directing me than I have trying to do this on my own.
Now, when she touches your feet, she either wants you in a different position or she's asking, can we go for a walk? So why don't you take her for a walk? Because it's a lot of emotional releasing, and sometimes they just need to walk it off. Okay. Let's go for a little walk and then come back when you're ready. Can you see the boldness in her already? Mm-hmm. And now do a little go away face right there and ask her for a little space. Yeah, perfect. Thank you, horse. Because what you want to say to her is, I love you, I love you, I love you, and this is my bubble, you have to respect it. Like right there, little go away face. Good. And this is my bubble, you have to respect it. Now the fact is she touched your shoulder, so that's buddy up. So go stand by her shoulder, because you said, respect my bubble. She said, yes, ma'am. And now stand there, and then you can just kind of hang out with her. And you can just kind of rock the baby. You don't even have to touch her. You can just rock back and forth. Yep. Yeah, that's nice. See, she's hugging you. So she got you in hug position. You know where you also are is you're ready. You're in the mounting up position. So by creating this and being able to do buddy up in this position, she's leaning into you, which is what she'll start to want to do on the mounting block. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, so bend your knees a little and really just kind of let your tailbone sag, and yeah, there we go. See that released. So now all of the things you're doing in your body on the ground are the same things you can do in your body when you're up there. And you're both preparing your nervous systems to listen to each other. Because she very much wants to please you, and she doesn't want to be nervous. All right, so tell me what you're thinking.
What am I thinking? I'm thinking this is awesome. And there's so many subtleties to what she does that I'm not aware of. cueing me into. And I know that you say in your books and your videos that every gesture and every movement and every breath has a meaning, but it's becoming much more clear, I think, to me. Let's see, what else can I ask you about her?
Well, I'm going to tell you one other thing I want you to do, which is, I don't know if you watch the webinars where I talk about the chessboard, but horses' perspective of the world is like a giant chessboard, right? And there's a good place on the chessboard and there's a bad place on the chessboard. So being in a riding ring is usually, for a horse like this, is way too much chessboard. So I want you to make her a small chessboard. You can put rails on the ground that you stay inside of. You can put cones on the ground. You just you make a little chessboard that's just the right size for her mind. And you walk it, you work on it, and then you ride on it. And you just stay on that chessboard until she's oozing confidence, and then you make it a little bigger. And then one day she's going to say, I want to go off the chessboard. I want to go over there. I want to try that out. And you're like, great, that's excellent. Let's do that. And then you see how much courage she can muster on her own. And then you know, if you're using a ring of cones, eventually you bring it down. She's resetting. That's a reset of the limbic system. Eventually you bring the cones, you just have maybe one. So she has a check-in place. If she needs to get calm, she can go to her happy place. And that is very effective for a horse like this.
Okay, good.
This like rubbing her nose like that, that was a reset. So I want you, and now she's feeling exhausted. She's feeling mentally and emotionally exhausted. So draw her head towards you, and I want you to massage her lips a little bit, very gently. Just a real soft contact. And you're going to bring your hand right over to her muzzle. And just bring her, can you move the camera a little bit? Because I can't quite see. That's good. Yeah. And just nice and soft. And you're like helping her reset. Yeah, perfect. Doesn't that feel lovely? Yeah. And as long as she wants it, and sometimes horses will start to seek this also. Open palm means engagement, licking, contact, affection. Knuckle is just a greeting and a check-in. They're two different things. So the fact that she wanted to massage her own mouth means her limbic system is changing. Her nervous system is switching from sympathetic to parasympathetic. And by doing this, you're helping it along. So you've just created like 5 different ways to help her stay with you, stay present, create relaxation and trust. So all these trust building, relaxing exercises, you're just going to keep doing them. All right. Just keep doing them until you don't need them anymore or forever.
How do I know when she's had enough of something?
Like that. She kind of moved away. Yeah. And then she moved in. Now there's a hug. She wants a hug. So just go back to her shoulder, put your hand underneath her jaw. That's it. Use your other hand on her nose. Yeah, just like that. And just breathe. There, see what she's doing? She's doing it herself, see?
Yeah. Oh, that was a nip. I didn't like that.
Yeah, so you can use, well, because she's asking a question.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So, you know, when they start to groom each other, they nibble.
Yep.
So she's like, how much grooming, how much am I supposed to do with my mouth? I'm asking a question. Because then she immediately dropped her head in like a submissive posture and a lower intensity. So she just was saying, I'm not sure how much mouth you want.
Ah.
And
Okay.
she started getting really, like it started speeding up.
Speeding up. And so then she was like, I'm not sure how much you want. So that's just, you have to then say to her, slower, quiet. So go back and do it again. And you can even try just using your knuckle. Flip your hand over and just use your knuckle.
She's gonna.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, see, she stopped. So as soon as you switch to knuckle, it's a greeting message, not an engagement message. See the difference?
Yep.
Yeah. And then she was like, oh, okay, thanks for clearing that up, because she doesn't want to get in trouble, but she literally had to ask that question. I don't understand how much mouth you want.
Yes. She gets very upset when she thinks she's in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
That she's that's the thing that, and you know, one of the reasons if she has to be corrected or something under saddle. She's terribly upset.
Yeah. So what you want to be able to do is involve the rein at the back of my book, the back of the first book. Now flip it over and use your knuckle. See the difference? Mm-hmm. Good. Now press into her nose. There. Good. And now take your hand off. Good. So she's just asking that question over and over again. How much affection can we have? Now do a go away face and say that's enough. Good. So what I want her to be able to do is the rein cues that I put in at the back of the book, those are for physical therapy and emotional therapy for horses. So they're not about, it's not about any, like if you're riding dressage or whatever, it's not about, this literally a way to do cheek, neck, shoulder through the rein.
Okay.
Okay. Can you just change the camera a little bit? Because I can't quite see anymore.
Can you point the camera at us again, thanks?
Yes, that's good. So when you're doing the up and over, one rein is palm down and it's sort of a high lift, and that causes the shoulder, the neck, the cheek to lift and relax. And the other one is a scooping rein like you did for the therapy backup, and that engages the hips and the hind end of the horse. And both of these reins affect the muscular skeletal system of the horse, and they feel soothed by those rein cues. And then you just figure out how much of each works for her and what's her favorite, what's her happy place. So then if you're actually creating the same thing, you're creating a happy place for her through the rein for the warm up, just for the first 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Okay, then you notice how what you did here is you created a happy place for her through the work you just did. And now look at the shape of her neck. Look, can you see how her shoulders are aimed more towards the ground? Yep. And her back is rounder. Look at her pelvis. Okay. Yep. And her head is in a lower position in general. Mm-hmm. Right? She's still sniffing and looking at the world. She's still looking around, but she doesn't have that hypertensive feeling anymore. So that's what you want to be doing. Your focus is on getting her in a relaxed state before you try to go forward. So she's got to be relaxed in order to go forward. Uh-huh. Okay, and that is going to help a lot.
Did you say that's in your book? There's a chapter on you.
Yeah, at the very end of the book, I just talk about just these rein cues. And that's literally what they're for, is for creating relaxation through this musculoskeletal system of the horse.
And part of it is just doing like lifting the rein to just say hello.
Just like you did when you had the lead rope around and you're just making a little contact, and it literally feels the same. So you're sort of opening your shoulders, opening your neck. You can do the yes and no. You can do the rock the baby. So all these same things now apply. But the biggest thing, and this is called displacement, because now what she's feeling is done. She needs to roll. She needs to have a nap. This work that we just did is mentally exhausting.
Okay.
So the biggest thing is make the chessboard smaller for her so she can have more success.
Okay. Awesome. Yes, that's definitely a lot that we can work on.
Yeah. All right.
Let's see how we used our time up. I can't actually see that.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. It's been extremely helpful. Yeah.
And
all right. So
recording, so then you can look it over, so you can see the moments that Sharon was directing you, so then you can start training your eye to know, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. All right. So I will check it out and I'll let you know, guys know how it's going, and we'll figure out for next month. Thank you so much.
All right.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. You
Y'all
did
have
great.
a great day.
Bye.